The weather started rolling in just as I picked up Olivia from the Apgar village. It rained on and off the entire drive to Two Medicine, the much quieter, less traveled southeast side of Glacier National Park. Out here, the jagged mountain peaks seem to dissolve into wide open plains, a stark and beautiful contrast. The parking lot was nearly empty, just one other car on the uneven dirt lot, a rare thing in this park. We layered up, braced for the weather, and hit the trail. As we pull into the trailhead, the rain stops. It felt like perfect timing, something that became a theme on this hike. Me and my sister are here in East Glacier in Two Medicine, and we've started the Scenic Point Trail. It rained the entire way here, on and off actually. But now that we're here, it's no longer raining, so that's a good sign. There is water on the trail a little bit, but it's looking good. Some blue skies, still a little cloudy, but absolutely beautiful. Everything's vibrant and colorful and just stunning. So I'm really looking forward to this hike. It's really fun watching the clouds on the mountains. Last time I was here in Glacier, I didn't get to spend any time on this side of the park, so I'm excited to be here. Clouds drifted across the mountains like they were dancing for us. The trail was wet and saturated, puddles everywhere, wildflowers lining both sides. The air smelled like rain-soaked earth and thick greenery. I was loving the moodiness of it all. Such a departure from the dry desert heat that I had just left behind a few days earlier. We quickly realized that we were overdressed. Between the elevation gain and the layers, we were heating up fast. So we stopped to shed some gear and kept moving. The canyon gave us a little protection from the wind, but when it did reach us down low, it was actually welcomed. A couple miles in, we passed the only other hikers out there that day and gave us a heads up on the wind near the saddle. We thanked them, reassuring that we were prepared, and continued climbing. The elevation gain was about 2,300 feet. Not huge, but after our sunrise hike that same morning and not a lot of sleep, our legs were definitely feeling it. Views of the mountains all around us and the bursts of bright yellow wildflowers kept us going. We got these little glimpses of the sunlight pushing through the low sky. The warm light hit the soaked landscape and created a glowing mist that hovered around us. It honestly felt like something out of a dream. These views reminded me a lot of Iceland. Rugged, raw, and a little surreal. I know, they're so pretty. Just yellow everywhere. Look at the red rock up here. As we approached the saddle, the sky cleared up. For a moment, this felt like a miracle, the shift from the stormy gray to the open skies. But then, I noticed a wall of clouds slowly creeping up the cliff behind us. And before we knew it, it had overtaken the trail and wrapped everything in a soft gray light. It felt like another perfectly timed moment. Being in exactly the right place as weather transformed all around us. Wow, this cloud is just coming up over this mountain right now. This is insane. Oh. Oh my gosh. This is crazy. Look at that. It's moving so fast. Wow. We just got totally socked in by this cloud. Amazing. From there, the trail followed the edge of a cliff. One misstep could have meant tumbling into the cloud-filled abyss. But we kept moving, focused, calm, and in awe. Yeah, it feels like we're on a different planet for sure. The trail flattened out as we walked. Moisture collected on our hair, eyelashes, and every bit of exposed skin. Eventually, we reached a small sign, pointing to the final climb up to the scenic viewpoint. At the top, there was nothing. The view was totally socked in with fog and clouds. I had this quiet knowing though, like the view would come. Wow, we just got to the viewpoint and it's starting to break. You can see everything below slowly. Look at that lake. Oh my God, this is unreal. Look at that. And just like that, cleared way, way up. Wow.
That was quick.
And sure enough, just a few minutes later, the clouds started to part. Slowly, the landscape unfolded before us. First the lake, then the river feeding into it, then the layered mountains, and finally, the view far into the green plains of Montana. Another moment that felt completely magical, like we were invited to witness it. We stayed up there as long as we could, snacking, taking photos, and trying to warm up our numb fingers with hand warmers that refused to activate. Around 9:15 p.m., we started the descent. Somewhere high on the mountain, I caught a moment of cell service, one of the only places in Glacier that I had any, and I used it to connect briefly with home. The call dropped after a minute, but it was just enough. The way down was stunning. Everything looked different in reverse. Sunset clouds wrapped around the peaks, mist hanging low, and the trail glossy from the recent fog. We passed through a little bit of rain, just a light drizzle though. Nothing that required our rain jackets, but just enough to slick the rocks and deepen the colors. The drive back to Apgar village was something I won't forget. Mist clung to the trees and drifted low across the road, the full moon casting an eerie glow over everything. Reggae music playing through the speakers, keeping us awake and grounded after such a full day. We rolled into the Apgar village well past midnight, and I made the solo drive out to the Sprague campground, and was met with a little surprise that I definitely didn't see coming, but I'll save that for next week.